We're talking about knowledge of the future in movies, YouTube channel, Easter egg psychic. Alright, in this video I'll show some predictive references to the Bill and Ted's science fiction comedy franchise starring actors Keanu Reeves and Alex Winter. The basis of this are the three live action films: Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, 1989, Bogus Journey in 91, and the most recent, Bill and Ted Face the Music, released in 2020. Other cast in these: George Carlin as Rufus, Dan Shore was Billy the Kid in the original, Bernie Casey was Mr. Ryan, the duo's history teacher, Diane Franklin played Princess Joanna. In Bogus Journey you had William Sadler join the cast as Death or the Grim Reaper. Josh Ackland played the bad guy, Nomolos. Pam Grier was in this. Hal Landon Jr. appeared in the first two movies as Captain Logan, Ted's father. Amy Stoach was Missy. So in the course of Bogus Journey, at around 19 minutes, you'll see Bill and Ted sitting on the couch watching television in their apartment. On the TV, playing is an episode of Star Trek, the original series. This was Arena, Season 1, Episode 18, featuring the gladiatorial combat between the reptilian alien Gorn and Captain James C. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Others in this episode: Addams Family actor Ted Cassidy did the voice of the alien, and here you'll find Star Trek regulars William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, George Takei, James Doohan, and Nichelle Nichols. This episode was filmed on location at the Vasquez Rocks in Los Angeles County in the American state of California. What's shown in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is interesting because following this scene, and spoiler alert, two evil androids who look like Bill and Ted appear at the apartment. They convince the duo to get in their van, and they drive them out to the exact same location at the Vasquez Rocks as is shown in this Star Trek TV episode. And remarkably, there may be some predictive references that indicate foreshadowing about some of the material in the Bill and Ted movies in Star Trek. To put it in perspective, the classic series ran between 1965 and 1969. So in Star Trek episode Arena, there are some plot similarities to Bogus Journey, and this boils down to basically living off the land. So in both stories you'll find the characters in a survival scenario facing insurmountable odds, and they have to use what's available to them in a practical, conventional sense. Now in Bill and Ted, they did come back from the afterlife. They're fighting the evil robot versions of themselves after they procure the smartest minds in the universe, the Martian Station scientists. They go into a local hardware store circa 1991. They get a bunch of random parts and building materials, and with the help of the Martians, they build their own android copies of themselves. So in Arena, it's much more like an episode of Survivor. Kirk and the Gorn are dropped onto a barren alien landscape. There are raw materials, minerals, and various natural items and opportunities available to them to procure and adapt to their one-on-one, no-holds-barred combat situation. There was a real-world historical figure who appeared in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and this was American President Abraham Lincoln. He was also in Trek episode The Savage Curtain, Season 3, number 22, in 1969. This story is similar to Arena. Kirk is plucked from his duties as captain of the Enterprise, and he winds up in another hand-to-hand combat scenario with apparent notable figures from history. These include a Vulcan philosopher Surak, Klingon warrior Kalis, and Mongol ruler Genghis Khan. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln in The Savage Curtain, and at this point in the series, you would have thought that the Enterprise crew would have been on alert for aliens tapping into their minds and computer banks and styling their appearance and physical presence on historical figures they may be familiar with. And therein is a similarity to Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey. Yeah, the image of President Lincoln is convincing enough of a social engineering exercise that Captain Kirk greets him in the transporter room with full presidential honors. My YouTube channel is Easter Egg Psychic. There I go back, I look at movies and television from the past. I analyze these for possible references to future media. These may appear in the form of anecdotes, idioms, anagrams, hidden in the subtext of the work in question. I also use an unconventional method where I look at the likenesses of the actors. And what I found is you can take the likenesses, match these up to some of the anecdotal items, and show past, present, and future information about actors and other personalities who may resemble the personalities in the movie or television episode that you're watching. My email contact is eastereggguy, that's GUY, @yahoo.com. Thanks for watching.